In Persian language, at first we use nahad, which means in Persian language means whatever we want to talk about. Whatever we want to talk about. So in Persian language, at first we use whatever we want to talk about, and then we we say, we write whatever we want to say about nahad. I said what is nahad? Nahad is whatever we want to talk about. Okay, so at first we use nahad, which is whatever we want to talk about, and then we add whatever we want to say about nahad. For example, we want to say nahad is beautiful, so we use beautiful here. We add beautiful here. And at the end, we use to be verb. For example, here we want to talk about Baba, which means father. We want to say he is a teacher, for example. So what we want to say about father? We want to say he is a teacher. So we add teacher after nahad. Nahad is baba here. Teacher means muallim. Muallim. Lem. Le-me. Lem. Muallim. Muallim. And at end we add to be verb. For he or she, baba is father, is like he or she. You know, you yourself should know this. As I said, for he or she in present time we should use he as to be verb. So I have added he here. Okay, at first, once again I want to tell you, at first we use whatever we want to talk about. Here we want to talk about father. We want to say father is teacher. Okay, so we use father at first, which father means baba. Baba. And after that we use whatever we want to say about nahad. Nahad is whatever we want to talk about. Okay, what we want to say about father here? We want to say he is teacher. Okay, so we add teacher here. Teacher means muallim. Muallim. Lem. Muallim. Muallim. And at end we use to be verb. To be verb for he or she. Baba is like he or she. Okay. To be verb for he or she in Persian language in present time is he. So we add he. So we have Baba muallime. Father is teacher. Okay, let's see some another examples. Baba mehrabun ne. As I said, he sounds a too. بابا مهربونه. Baba means father. Mehrabun, mehrabun. Mehrabun means kind. And he is to be verb for he or she in present time. So we have Baba mehrabune. Baba mehrabune, which means father is kind. As you see, in English language we use to be verb before kind. Father is kind. But in Persian language we use to be verb after kind, which means mehrabun. After mehrabun. Baba mehrabune. Okay. Dadash. Da-da-she. Dadash. Dadash means bro. Brother. محصل محصله محصل 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 means student. He is to be verb for present time and for he or she. Dadash can be he or she here. He, of course. Okay, داداش محصله. داداش محصله, which means brother is student. مامان. مامان means mom or mother. مامان. مامان. دکتر. 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 Doctor means doctor in English language. بود. Here our sentence is not present time. As you said, as I said you, بود is to be verb for past time. Okay. So مامان دکتر بود means مامان دکتر بود means mother was doctor. By the way, you can say my mother or this mother when we add determiners to noun or when we add adjectives to noun. After that we add determiners or adjectives to noun, we have noun yet, so we can use them as a noun here. For example, we can use my mom as a noun here, or this mom, that mom. We can use that mom as a noun here. That mom means un maman. My mom or my mother means مامانم. So you can say مامانم دکتر بود, which means my mother was doctor. Okay, man means I in English language. مهندس, engineer. مهندس. مهندس. مهندس means engineer. میشم is a to be verb. which is for future time, and as I said is for I, or in Persian language man. So when we have man in this sentence, so we should use میشم. من مهندس میشم. میشم means will be. As I said, میشم means will be. So we have من مهندس میشم, which means I will be engineer. Okay, next one, من مهندس میشم. When we want to ask, we don't move words like English language, which when we want to say we say I will be engineer, but when we want to ask, we say will I be engineer. We move words, but in Persian language we don't move verbs, we just change our sound. For example, we say من مهندس میشم. من مهندس میشم. In informal Persian we do this like just changing sound. But in formal Persian we use آیا before our sentence. آیا من مهندس میشم. But in informal we just change our sound. Okay, من مهندس میشم. نه تو قاضی میشی. No, you will be arbiter. Arbiter means قاضی. قاضی. As I said, ye sounds e. Ye sounds e too. ق آ ز ی. قاضی. قاضی means arbiter. And na means no. Na. No, you will be arbiter. نه تو قاضی میشی. As you see, we use pronoun at first and then we use we use whatever we want to talk about at first. Here we want to talk about man, for example, in this sentence which I say that I say من مهندس میشم. At first we should use whatever we want to talk about. Here we want to talk about man, so we use man at first, and then we should use whatever we want to say about our nahot, or whatever we want to talk about. Here we want to say I will be engineer. So engineer is a thing that we want to say about nahot. So we add engineer, which means muhandis, and after that we should use to be verb. When we want to say this sentence for future, we should use to be verbs for future time. And for future, in a future time, we had mishim for I. So when my pronoun here is I should use misham. So I have man muhandis misham. And if I want to ask this sentence, I should change my sound in informal Persian. من مهندس میشم. Okay.